Hey folks, Rob from Chicken Ranch Homestead here on a very wet day but sunny right now. Hopefully we're done with the rain. Go do a little walk around and just show what a slop hole we are in right now. I watch a few different channels and I was watching Ohio Woodburner and he was talking about how sloppy it is for him and how nasty, and I'm like, man, you're not far away and I'm not getting any rain. And he's probably well within probably 30 miles of me, probably even closer. I don't know where he lives. He doesn't know where I live, but I know the area he's in. He knows the area I'm in when I leave a comment. And then seeing other people talk about how wet it is up by them. I've seen the Morgans talk about being very wet down there and having washout. Hometown Acres having washout. So I've been kind of commenting like, boy, we're not getting the rain you guys are getting. Well, that's all changed now. Now we are getting pounded. We have another day of rain, it looks like, a day off, then rain over the weekend, and maybe dry out. It needs to dry out. I mean, it's good for certain things. My pasture's really getting green. It's growing. It's growing good. But it's become a sloppy mess. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll kind of talk about the sloppy mess and what are our plans to rectify this. Okay, I'm back. This is pretty much where I was staying. Just turn the camera around. The place I'm staying now used to be an old barn area, and there's some old wood and whatever down in here. Is kind of a slop hole. But this is kind of the start of my pasture, and that's the alleyway, and that's standing water. There's water in the pasture. Where they are right now, can't really zoom in the best. There is water in the pasture where they're at. I really don't like it because of compaction and messing it up, but at the same time too, at one time this used to be planted with corn and whatever, so it's not the perfectly flat field. It's not the greatest. There is some ruts back there. But here's the alleyway, and they always have their path, but as you can see here, it's pretty well destroyed. Really need to get out the weed eater now too for the fence. But it's been so wet, I only have the fence on right now. The good thing is my animals are trained to the fence. They're not trying to cross it, including the donkey. But it'd just be grounding out with all it's wet. But that's them coming out. And they drag straw, so it kind of really softens up the ground. So that is a muddy pit. If I walked in there right now, I'd probably sink about 3 inches. So I'm going to stop, and we're going to move to another area and go from that. Okay. Now we're by the goat pen, which is literally just across the way, but excuse me, I didn't want to slip and fall and look like an idiot and have it on video. So I'm going to jump the fence here because it's not on. There's the goat shack. There's standing water by it where they always walk and whatever. They have their paths too, out to the goats. It's kind of weird having a few goats less on the property. We put the other feeder billies back out. There's Todd and Savannah. They're feeders to be auctioned off later, but Todd on the left might stay because we really like him. And he's a Toggenburg. But I'm standing here and it's literally swampy. It's just swampy. There's a lot of clay here. There's some hay down here the other day, and you can see there's a bunch of water standing. But yeah, the goats are not floating away yet, but they're getting close. Of course, we lost all our meat birds due to a mink. The mink has been captured. He's been taken care of in the proper way. Which way, I'm not saying, but it was properly done. But over here, I'm right now the goats, and you can't really see it. Standing water. That's where the chickens were last, and there is standing water. So, go from there. What's up, goats? What's up, Todd? Yeah, of course, they walk away. They're not happy with me because I'm not giving them as much food as I was. Isn't that right, Todd? Yeah. I think he just snubbed me like an Italian. All right. What's up, Prime? Huh? What you doing? Are you out in the cold? No, not cold. You out in the wet? Yeah, it's wet. You still down with the sickness? I don't think she is anymore. And of course, then there's our one male left. We got rid of Debo, and that's Craig. Yeah, I like certain movies. So a lot of things are named after certain things. This is the backside of our pole barn where we keep things at times, and the chickens, originally this was a compost area, and the chickens got in there and spread it all out, so I kind of left it. So it's really soft, but there is some growing, but it's pretty much a sloppy mess. Now the next mess I'll show you is really nasty. This is our pigs. It is standing water only. There is some dry area. I have thrown down some straw. I put their house on a pallet on straw. I'm going to end up putting another bale of straw down, and hopefully things get better. Let's go out here and see what the chickens are doing today. But everything is just underwater, and we're not under flood advisories or anything like that, but it's just wet. But yeah, here we're out in an area that is going to be the goat pasture in due time after we fully fence it in and also run the sheep out in it. I'm letting this grass grow because we'll have the sheep out of it. Here's a rooster after our very first rooster, Rocky. It's an offspring. He's really good, but he's also mean. You just know he's gonna be mean. But as I'm walking in here, it's none but water. You can hear my feet squishing. I feel like Burt Reynolds in that one movie. You can have the Vaseline squishing up through his toes. That guy right there, Muscovy duck, is loving it. And so is his girl. They think this is the greatest thing. All right, there's Dum Dum Pickle Head. And Henrietta and Greenegger. And there's another rooster that we got. It's from Rocky. Rocky was a blue birchin copper Moran. That was with a Rhode Island Red. And he's not gonna let me get too close. All right. So for closing, it's a freaking swamp out here. We have certain things we need to do, but we're also looking at other things we need to do ASAP. And one is getting those pigs out of that water. I'd like to know, what do you do to combat all the water issues when you have this? Do you let them work it out? Do you throw them inside barns? Do you just throw down straw and hope for the best? We're kind of limited to space, but I'm thinking we're going to throw a bunch of straw down. Go ask the dairy farmer not far away. He just took in some hay bales that are pretty cruddy. You even said it. I think they just take it down to keep the field looking nice, and maybe get a bale or two and just throw it in there. All right. Well, that's it from here. It's sunny right now. I will talk to you later. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks.